Hello everyone, and welcome to the first D&D session so far. I'll say streamed. So, I don't think I'm gonna say before we really get into it that we won't be interacting with chat too much while we play. We'll try to keep or catch up in intermission, which will happen in about 1.5 hours. We'll total go for about 3 hours playtime. And yeah, then we're gonna conclude it with some stuff that you in the chat can vote for, and also feedback if that's necessary. But I think without further ado, shall we get into it? I actually have written stuff for this. Imagine planning. Just switching around to music to make it better. This one fits better, so welcome. In the world we're currently about to explore, humanity is on the rise, growing. Here and there you have small communities arise, filled with elves, dwarves, humans, halflings, and other mythical races, all living their life from day to day, looking forward to the arrival of artisans, noble knights, for exotic wares or tales of adventure. Just like this one. We will start in desolate forest. A young man or a young city god by the name of Leopold stumbles through the forest. Leopold, you feel the hunger rip or bite at your stomach, and exhaustion making you drag your feet. You haven't eaten for days, while traversing, trying to find whatever mission you put yourself into. A root catches your foot and you fall over, just left on the ground, wondering if you should just give up. The mist around you makes the air very heavy to breathe, and you just slowly breathe in and out. When you hear a voice whisper, "Someone needs your help. Get up." What do you do?
I will try to look at the voice. Can I see anything?
You look around. All that is around is the same desolate trees, the same mist covering your whatever you can see far away. There's no source of this voice.
Where is the person in trouble? I asked the thing voice.
Again, the voice speaks to you. Similar words. Get up. Move forward.
I will step up and try to continue forward, looking, listening for sound of a cry or anything.
Yeah.
Can I see any tracks of
Kan du
people?
flytta micken närmare? Så jag kan get.
I heard. What did you hear? Yes, so I will try to continue walking, looking for the person that needs help
Well.
or thing.
You, with a lot of effort, you get up, kind of continue forward, telling yourself like this isn't just merely a few days without food. This is not as bad as when I was training, trying to trick yourself to continue. But you do, and it works to a certain degree. And the landscape around you changes slightly. It goes into less greenery, smaller or more thinner but taller trees, and just out of the mist, straight out of you, see a building made of stone. Simple, old, but still relatively large.
Do I recognize the architecture? Is it
You do not.
man-made?
It isn't too unlike what you have seen, but you aren't certain if it's an early design on, excuse me, on human or dwarven, maybe. It's simple but functional. Seen somewhere.
I will approach slowly and try to check if anyone is around that might need help. If it's over here that the person the voice spoke of is.
Well, roll my perception, and while that happens, Eonars, your eyes is burning of the tears that you have cried, either of rage or sadness. Hard to tell. And you also hear a whispering voice. Someone is coming for you. Fight back. What do you do?
Am I lying down, sitting on something, or?
You are currently sitting on stone floor in a little cell, currently chained around your wrist to the wall behind you. You have some freedom of movement, but still not a very spacious area.
Is there anyone around?
No, not that you can see, no. You are empty in this small room.
I want to check how sturdy the chain is.
Well, you pull on it. It is old. The chains themselves seem to hold, but it seems where they are stuck, whatever makeshift plaster sticks it is relatively old and could possibly be broken.
Is there anything loose in the room? Anything I can reach? Anything like a metal pole or something?
Nothing except what you are currently yourself wearing is in the room. There seem to be some spread hay to catch whatever body liquids could occur.
I would like to try and pull the chain from the wall.
Very well. Roll me in athletics. Leopold.
Sorry, I didn't catch the last thing.
Athletics.
All right.
Leopold, how did your perception fare?
An 8.
8. Looking over, there doesn't seem to be people present. And it seems to be about 1.5 or 2 storage building itself with a large front entrance that you currently can see to your left as you're approaching. There also seem to be barred smaller windows close to the ground.
Do I see any sticks that is like half a meter long or something that I could take to
A stick or
Yes, stick like quarterstaff length. A branch.
looking around? There's mostly quarterstaff size is a bit harder to find, as they have to be very straight. You do find like something you could possibly use as a club, but everything else is either too thin and would bend too easily, or too heavy to lift properly.
Okay, well,
Hold that thought for a second. Eleanor, how did you fare? A 3.
Grand total of 3.
You strain and pull with whatever strength you have left, but it just doesn't seem to pull off.
Is the door? I want to check the door.
Well, with some effort, you get like your left hand curly on the door. It seems to be locked, giving it a slight push.
Okay. The wall. What is it made of?
All the walls around you are currently made of some kind of cobblestone. It's just, built together. It's functional, not much else.
All right. I would like to aim a firebolt at the wall where the chain is stuck to the wall on the link.
Very well. Roll an attack roll with advantage, since it's a stationary object.
All right. Let me see. I need to check my spell attack bonus. That would be a 16.
16. Yeah, you fire. It's not hard to aim. It's just you're a bit closer to the flame than you would like to be, but you manage to not hurt yourself in the blast, and one of the chains, ding! It's a sharp sound against, like, a solid flame against rock.
All right. I guess I'm gonna try to do the same with the next chain.
Very well. Leopold, what's your passive perception?
13.
13. You do hear something, almost like a small explosion or something that's metal against stone. You aren't really certain, but it seems to be coming from the building.
Okay, I will pick up the branch club thingy just to have it with me, since seems to have forgotten my weapons.
Mhm.
So I will approach slowly to the door.
Well, you are approaching the door. As another of those blasts, same metal against stone, you can start hearing someone move around, someone talking on the other side of the entrance. As the door doesn't seem to be entirely shut or whole. Seems to be a bit broken, weathered.
I will try to peep into the door.
Very well. You again roll perception. Eonar, you are currently free from the wall, at least. Your chains are still hanging around your wrists, but you're free to move about. As you also hear the same movement, commotion currently. Sound like someone is walking down a path of stone stairs.
Okay. Hearing that, I will try and position myself as to hide the damage I did to the chains, believing that my captors are coming back.
Well, you roll deception.
Deception.
A deception, yes.
18.
18. Well. You kind of put them in the way and then lean on one of them that seems more or less or more unable to be stuck in place. And you hear something turn around and the door opens. And the high elf woman, Amara, takes a quick peek in. Looks over you almost just suspiciously but doesn't seem to say anything.
I meet her gaze and don't say anything.
Close up, she says, as well as she goes out and the door again closes. You hear the same rattling of keys and she continues to whatever she was doing. Leopold, your perception.
5.
5. It's hard for you to find a crack or anything to peek into. So the best you can do is you hear them walking and they kind of again go up and then seems to go in some kind of room. At least not the main hall.
So there are no one in the first floor area at the moment?
You
I didn't see anything.
No, you didn't see anything. You only saw what you heard. There might not be, as far as you're aware.
I will try. Is this a big building, like, or is it just 2-story and not like a single room on the bottom? Like, from the outside, how does it look?
Renata, it seems like there's like maximum one or two rooms on the floor that you're currently entering. Oh, I'm losing the words. And the bottom floor seems to have some kind of cellar. Then you might have another room at the upper floor, but you aren't certain. It's hard to tell.
Yeah. I will try to sneakily open. Oh, you said the door is open.
No, it's more like weathered and cracked, and are like
Okay, so it's not locked, at least.
No.
Or not possible to lock. Okay, so I will try to open it carefully.
Very well. Roll a stealth. Eonar, what are you doing in the meantime?
Is there a window cell?
There is to your right. There's this small barred window to either let in fresh air or whatever. Reason is unknown, but it is one.
Does it look big enough that I could squeeze through it if the bars weren't there?
You could probably make your way through if the bars were not there, yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna check the bars to see how solid they are stuck, or if they could actually be like ripped out.
Oh well. You grab one of the bars and start to pull. They seem sturdier than how stuck you were chained to the wall. They could possibly be removed if you had more force.
Okay. I want to check that clockwork toy I have.
Very well.
And I'd like to see if I can get like a spring or like a small piece of metal that I could attempt to pick lock the door with.
Well, roll. Well, that's going to be investigation. Let's see.
All right.
Leopold.
9.
9. You open the door. Pretty quickly you start hearing someone turn around. The noise from conversation seems to have died off. And there's again some footsteps coming your direction. What do you do?
I will run back around the corner, like sneakily.
Very well. Roll a stealth again. See if you can make it. Oh no. That's a natural 1.
Yes.
Fumbling around with this clockwork toy of yours. You don't seem to find anything that could be used as lockpick, but instead you kind of fumble and it kind of falls, and you can hear like bending metal as it hits the floor.
I will pick it up.
Well, so Leopold.
21.
No, yeah. No need.
First
Wow.
good roll.
Opening door, you kind of stumble and kind of fall over like the railing that on the stairways led up to the door. You kind of land there and just freeze. The door kind of as it opens, it seems to be very hard to open without stealthily. There's some people looking around. Gonna hear them. After it seems to be about a minute or so, they hear someone say, "Just what's with all the sounds today?" Kind of walks in.
Can you repeat it? The sound jacked for me.
Pretty much just say what's up with all the sounds today, and they just seem to enter again, closing the door behind them.
Okay, so where did I go now? I said around the corner. So did I go?
You're pretty much next to the stairs, but you're kind of lying down on the ground next to the stairs.
On the outside, right?
Back up to the wall.
Okay, yeah. So it's a door up, like up some stairs also.
It's about behind you a bit up. There's the door. The main entrance has like a stairway to make room for the cellar that's underneath.
Okay. Trying to visualize.
Yep, you can ask that.
I will go around the first floor to see if it's any other entrances.
Very well. You walk around, but it doesn't seem to be anything really around except the windows on the lower floor, and then there are some barred windows on the second floor, or the cellar, which is on the ground, and then on the first floor there's the barred windows. I don't know. You hear someone moving outside, and after a while you see a pair of feet move quite quickly across.
I want to peek out as the feet close, like to look at if it looks like one of the captors or not.
You look out, making quite a lot of noise in the progress with your horns and the chains, and you look around. Leopold, you hear that someone is rattling behind you.
Chains.
Eonar, it does not look like any of the captures. You haven't really seen this attire before.
Over here. I try to be a little bit like, not like full volume speak, but like try to whisper a bit.
Oh, you can hear it and see enough. Like you see a violet-skinned person with horns kind of looking out from one of the grates.
Are you okay? I try to. These are like, is it only barred? Like barred without glass?
Yeah, there's no glass, there's only the bars.
Okay. Yes. Are you
No.
okay?
No. They're keeping me here.
Do you know how many?
Do I know roughly how many?
As far as you know, there's probably 4, including Amara. Maybe more.
4, maybe more. I'm not sure. You're not one of them?
No, I came here from the forest. I heard someone was in trouble here.
Well, I'm certainly in trouble. Can you help me?
I'll try. Need a club?
These bars are pretty loose. I think we can get them loose together.
Sure. Let's try use this. How long is this club? Like, could we use it as
The club itself is like 60, 70 centimeters. Around.
Could we use it as what is it?
Possibly. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
Yes, I will. Let's try this. Can you help me with this? I will put this one. I will put the club now in between and ask the captured thing. Help me.
Very well. So you are gonna try to bend it, Leopold. And Eonar, you are gonna. How are you gonna help?
I'll try to push.
Very well. So either one of you rolls strength by advantage, or yours rolls separate athletics. Sorry.
I'll
Separate
help.
athletics.
I'm helping him. He's doing the grunt work here. I'm just helping any way I can.
Leopold, roll athletics with advantage.
Yes. So that's 18.
18. With a lot of effort and after a while just annoyment, start to use your legs as well to push this. You hear it start cracking and it kind of flies a bit before landing in this kind of soft ground.
Just one of the bars or the whole window?
One of them. There's still one left. And you, Eleanor, you start hearing again those same footsteps going around behind you.
Does this seem possible that I could get through this now with one of them gone?
No, not really. Like the space is very tight even with a fully open one.
Quickly, people are coming.
Yeah, Leopold, you know, here's them. They're kind of almost running over, kind of grabbing something metal from the table.
So they're running down to her.
Yes, it's coming from the inside, behind her, behind the locked door.
Should we try to deceive them? Try to lure
Pull
them?
it. This can't be hidden.
Well, let's try get another one then.
Oh, well, same thing. Roll athletics. As you put your foot, put the club in there, starts pushing.
How was it with natural 20s? Should I show it in the camera or?
If you want to, you can show it on camera. That's fine.
Yeah.
So that was a natural freaking 20. Yep, that's a natural 20. Very well. As you start hearing the rattling of the keys in the lock, like someone is currently trying to hastily open it, they kind of fail. Leopold, with a mighty, like, almost kick, breaks both the club and the bar itself as it flies away. And both bars are now away from the window. It's totally open. You can start to hear that the metal hinges in the door is opening.
Oh yeah, I'm trying. I'm of course gonna try to get out immediately.
Well, you start climbing out as the door open. You kind of feel this backdraft away from you. Hey, stop him! And you start to feel almost someone reaching out for you as you are halfway out the window at this point. Leopold, you were gonna say something?
Sorry. Yeah, I was going to say take my hand to the tiefling woman.
Very well. You, through your hand, grab her hand and you pull. You kind of, very fastly, without any effort, really gets pulled out of your cell. But at the same time, you don't stop moving. Same with you, Leopold. You kind of fall backwards, but there's nothing to catch you. And you kind of tumble through this what seems to be space or stars going on around you as your just keeps falling and falling as something lashes by your eyes, and you kind of finally hit the footstep, kind of stumble forward, but you're standing, both of you, in the center of, how to put it, broken ground, a broken pavement made of almost gold, you would assume. Kind of going in this horseshoe shape, and then another going forward with two beings looks humanoid, but at the same time not.
Where are we?
One of the beings, very tall, looks like he has several arms, or maybe just two. Hard to make out. Like it's almost like a fever dream currently. Like things aren't tangible, and you're not certain if you actually can move, or you should just stand still to not wake up. And it looks at you with these blue, kind of glowing eyes, a soothing light blue color. Welcome. And you, Leopold, you recognize this as the one that whispered in your ears. It's a similar voice, almost echoing as he speaks. Welcome to our garden. We are... Kinda almost looks like he forgets what he's saying. Looks over to the other being before returning to you, and... The Forgotten Gods. We are... in need of help. Assistance as your world is currently under threat. So he kind of just looks there, stands there, not looking at you, kind of trying to figure out, again, trying to figure what he was going to say. The other being, looking more female, but also, yeah, almost old, like a bit of a curve to her back. Have her eyes closed, and kind of seems like she's focusing on something. Feeling almost tense, like you can see her eyebrows start to change as she's almost fighting something. And the man again starts speaking. A dark threat looms. So, we ask you, or where, forgotten, lost, for help. And again, the female being kind of gasps off the air. She kind of falls to her knees, almost like sweating at this point. It kind of quickly looks over and almost looking scared, afraid. You must go. Kind of starts doing some motion with one or two of his right hands. Find us. Communicate. And kind of goes forward, and you kind of feel this like hit in your chest as the air leaves your lungs. And again, the same falling feeling going backwards as you seem to again tumble through darkness, and somewhere along the line you lose consciousness. And you lay there, waking up by a sharp knocking sound on wood. And Eonar, you kind of try to take the morning breath while you feel something heavy on your chest. And looking up, you see the same young man kind of lying across you, also currently waking up. So, Eonar, now Leopold, could you describe what your character looks like when Eonar wakes up?
Yes. So. Uh, Blonde hair. Um, Blonde hair. No beard. Red, dark coat. No, like it's called uniform with a emblem over on the left side. And if we stand up, you think we are same height, I think.
And yeah, Eonar, what does Leopold see as he kind of looks you over, getting a proper gander on you?
Yes. A skinny tiefling, female. Purple skin with dark purple horns. Long black hair tied together in a low ponytail. Tight pants and a loose shirt. And around her neck she has an old faded green shawl. Her eyes are glowing blue. And on her hip she has a bag of some kind made of leather, with brownish metal rings. Yeah.
You are, for the first time, looking over in like proper daylight's streaming through some kind of window, and you hear again the knocking sound on a door. You are in some kind of room with a bed, and that's about it. You start, get up! You've slept long enough! I want my coin!
It's better to get up. I don't know how we ended up here.
Well, look around. Are we like in our room or?
Seem to be in a room, yeah. That's the same kind of loose commodities. There's one bed, a single window, then the door is currently where your feet are when you lay down. And there's, again, the other commodities that needed for a night's stay, like a pot, night top pot, and so on.
How did we get here? I say that to Leopold.
I have no idea. But I guess we should get out before we get in more trouble. Then we can ask them how we got here.
Yeah. Yes.
One moment. I say, shout.
Seems to mutter something as he walks, kind of hit it on like old wooden planks or something.
Yeah, so I stand up and I don't think I have gotten your name.
My name?
Yes,
Eonar.
Eonar. I'm Leopold.
How did you end up in that forest?
I was tracking find some clues about some missing travelers. And, I think I got lost or something. So
Hmm.
I don't really remember. Like the mist was quite thick. And,
Leonard instinctively goes to like sort of check her wrists. Are the chains still on there?
They actually are, yes.
So it was no dream.
seems like that. We should get those removed. It's not a good sign to be wearing handcuffs. Especially not for... What are you? I haven't seen people like you before.
I would like to insight that.
Sure, roll insight. As you stand there
Four.
looking at each other, you also see some kind of mark on each other's neck. And there was 4 on insight.
Yeah.
He seems honest. As far as you can tell.
What is that mark on your neck?
What? Here?
Yeah.
Oh,
As you put your hand on it, just instinctively pull away, it kind of hurts to hold over it. Like it
oh.
feels raw, like raw skin. But also like just thin lines. This is like shaved off or anything.
I don't know. I didn't have it yesterday. You also have one.
Yeah. As he says this, you feel like your scarf has been pulling out against something. Feels a bit uncomfortable, but you'll survive.
What the?
I guess the captures didn't do that since I also have one. Or is it similar? It's like a mountain with some clouds, I would say. Is mine the same?
Yes.
I guess you didn't get that from your captures.
Not that I remember, no. How are these cuffs that I have around my wrist? How are they attached?
It seems to be attached around this like circular guard that kind of locks in one place. So there's some kind of just a simple padlock, so to speak, like one of those old that you can see of like what's the metal called? Gjutjärn på svensk.
Cast iron.
Cast iron, yes, thank you.
Cast iron is pretty brittle.
It is. It's also relatively heavy.
But it's not that brittle.
No, not that brittle. It's not like you're gonna pull it with your fingers, so to speak.
No.
Yeah. The sooner I can get out of this, the better.
Yeah. Depending on the town, I know a good smith that could help us. I don't know where we are. I haven't been in this room before.
Yeah. Let's go out and see.
Yeah. I will head out, look for the shouting man.
Well, you exit the room and just seems like just be another room in the opposite one. Then to your current right, there seems to be an opening where you can hear some work is currently being done. And going out there, I assume you see a kind of rough-looking man. Currently seems to be working some kind of leather piece as far as you know. And kind of looks at you. Finally. Well, food's ready. Kind of points over to a smaller table and has like two like bowls with something in it, some kind of soup, and also like a mug with water.
I will go over to the soup and start eating, I guess.
Well,
So we will pay after, I guess.
yeah. Unless you want to pay now.
How much?
Well, 5 silvers remaining.
Oh, for peace of mind. I have 5 silver here.
Kind of drops everything he has into this kind of bucket. He was in.
Oh yeah. He was cleaning.
Yeah, not doing something. Kind of dries his hands on his pants, and before he walks to you, he kind of reaches into a chest they had or box. He kind of pulls out a bag and kind of puts it on the table while he grabs the silvers. Those the Russians. And he returns to work. Returns to what he was doing.
Rations.
Yeah, Russians.
Who ordered that for us?
You. Yesterday.
Oh, sorry. Long day. Thanks. I will sit down and start eating the soup thingy.
Well, it is
Yeah.
bland, but it works.
Come here. Must be hungry.
Yes. Carefully, she approaches and sits down and tastes it first. And after confirming that it seems edible, she'll eat it.
Well, start eating. You kind of figure or find out how hungry you were as you start eating it, so it doesn't take long before the bowl is empty, so to speak. And even though it was subpar quality, it was filling.
You said that the guy was working on some leather as we entered.
Yeah, he seems to have some kind of skin for some kind of animal that's currently pulling the hairs off to make leather.
Okay, what type of tools does he have?
The tools that you currently see is this kind of long draw knife that he's currently using. Then he also seems to have like a dagger and something that resembles like a scissors.
Do you think you could help me?
Depends on what?
I'd like these things. Could you get them off?
Not me. But Hogarth might. That's the smith, or he does smithing. Mostly for horseshoes and stuff.
How did we get here last night?
You walked in through the door and asked if there was a place to sleep and food.
Oh, must have been real tired, I can't remember it.
Yeah, seems so.
Oh, well,
Kinda
thank you.
returns to its work. Kind of nods at it and just returns.
Guess we'll go see Hogarth.
Hogarth. Who's that?
So Smith?
Ah, Yeah. I guess we will split the rations. Here you have.
How many rations is it?
It's 5 each.
All right.
So should we try to find a smith?
Yes.
Very well. So you
Do we
actually-
have? Do we still? I assume that our inventories are like the exact same.
Yes, they haven't changed from what you have written up. But yeah, you take the food and leave. Exiting the door, it seems to be a very nice day outside. Like the sun is shining. Pretty early morning still. And you're in some kind of small, you can almost not even call it a village, it's just a few scattered houses around. Mostly seems to be open field and the smell of fresh, pretty much forest grass around. Kind of shielding your eyes a bit to the sun, you look over and pretty soon you do see the place where Hogarth probably resides. As this is the only place would have like an outdoor anvil over some kind of makeshift hay roof. There seems to be some movement around that area as well.
I reckon that's the guy.
Yeah, looks like a smithy.
Alright. I will approach the smithy.
Very well. Only in the shop you see someone that's kind of brushing a horseshoe, a smith, probably a smith, quite recently, taking off whatever extra grease and stuff on it. It's a well, the man doesn't really have any shirt on. Instead, he has this thick leather, like apron, and he's very upper body strength, like broad shoulders, thick arms, but the legs themselves would need a work. He also seems to be younger than the man you just talked to. Has like a stubble and kind of greased back hair. Seems to be just polishing away.
Hello, sir.
Oh, hello.
I was wondering if you maybe could help me with these.
Kind of
Hold up
looks at
the
the
shackles.
confused for a while, like. Well, yes, that looks bad. Probably could. Shouldn't be too difficult. Kind of start digging some tool chest. Pull out this kind of. It's called just kind of piece of iron with a pointier end and this larger hammer. Well, solid. Just put them on anvil and stand still.
Well, we'll try to do that.
Oh. So you put them down. It kind of angles the lock itself and puts the piton-looking thing in the lock in a certain angle. Kind of hits with this kind of ear-piercing sound. It's very unpleasant. But after a few, like 4 or 5 hits, the first lock can hear and kind of pulls it off, and you can get it off. Then does the similar process with the other one. So it does ring a lot in your ears as you were that close to the anvil when it hit. Kind of holds one of the chains and puts them down. Oh.
Just rubbing my wrists. Thank you, sir.
Too much damage on them, but they're still a bit stiff. I mean, you're welcome. Yes. Yeah. Must be in some real trouble if you had those on you.
Yes. Was captured by some bandits.
Yeah,
That
That's
guy got
amazing.
me free.
Hmm. Well, I'm probably not gonna. I'm not gonna charge you or anything for it. I'm just gonna keep the chains if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, kind of puts them in like a almost a scrap bin. This does the same with the locks. Anything else?
I was wondering,
Okay.
could you sell me maybe a knife?
Possibly, yeah. I could sell you a knife. That shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Yes. I'm looking for a knife worth at least 1 silver piece. And preferably a dagger. But if a dagger is more expensive, I would just take a normal knife worth the silver.
So kind of goes to his like tool, like some kind of tool rack or toolbox, whatever you want to call it. Kind of rubs around and pulls out this shorter stiletto blade. Something like this.
I grab it from him. I check the balance on it.
It
Like
is
to-
rough, but it's functional.
Do a little bit of a twirl in between.
Well, you start twirling it around, and it does seems to like it's like it's doable, like it can be used. And yeah, it looks like a solid piece of work overall.
That will do fine. How much do you want for it?
Well, considering, well, if do you have a silver?
Yes, I do. No, I
Alright.
hand him a silver.
Well, takes a silver piece, kind of bites it. Yeah, kind of quickly puts it away as well, not to show it around too much. Well, there you go.
Thank you, sir. So I can add a dagger to my inventory.
You can, yes. Anything else you would need help with?
Alright.
Or acquire?
Leo, do you need anything?
I'd like to have some water skin, since I will be traveling a bit.
Oh,
So,
that could possibly be good.
but I don't guess you don't sell that here. So where is
No, they will need
closest?
to talk to Breer, which is up the
Yeah.
hill. Points the same direction you came from. Or
Yeah. Thank you so much.
maybe Yo has some? He could have some. Has a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Joe, you said.
Yeah, old Joe is like, yeah, there's the house closest to, if you can call it a road.
Yeah, which town are we in? We were a bit tired when we came in yesterday.
Oh. You're in Watford, as we
Watford.
call it. It's
Okay, thank you.
You're so much welcome. And
Do I know where that is?
no, you have never heard about it.
Okay. I will head over. Should we head over to the store?
Yes. I hate to impose, but that was kind of my only money that I just spent.
Yeah.
Would you be able to maybe pay for water skin for me as well?
Depends on the price. Every town has their own price, so let's hope. I don't have too much money. I only have like 10 silver or something. I didn't check too much this morning. Feels like around 10.
Okay.
Well, so where do you go?
Old Joe.
Or well, you go to the house he pointed out. It's hidden a bit behind some trees, so you kind of circle around. Just look around. It seems to be just normal farmers or hunters lives around here. So most of them are, yeah, looks like peasants. It's not much else to say. And you come into the, I guess, garden of this house, you could say. You see, like an old man sitting, smoking on a pipe. Smells like tobacco. Very cheap tobacco feels there around him.
Hello.
Hello, younglings.
We'd like to purchase some supplies for our travel. What would 2 water skins cost?
Travel, you say? Oh boy. I haven't traveled in years. Well, I probably have some water skins lying around. I could give. If you... I don't know if there's a price on them per se, I'm just... Maybe I could ask a favor instead.
What kind of favor?
Well, I'm not as young and stout as I used to be in my good days. And I would really need to clean out the old shed of mine.
Yeah. I think
could- Probably throw in whatever you can pick a few things you like from the pile if you find something.
well, that sounds fair. That we could help you out a bit. You're an old traveler also.
Yeah. Kind of reach up, takes out like a walking stick. As he gets up, it doesn't seem like he needs to use it. It looks still very like quick in his steps. So he kind of leads you around, a bit around. Yeah, I used to travel when I was younger a lot. What's those called, adventure types?
Oh. I've heard about those. Hey, you come and visit my old town also a lot.
Yeah,
was
they are
talking with
all
her.
around.
Yeah.
Kind of leans over, kind of pull the latch over and open, and you kind of see this overfill like hoarder shelter, like just filled to the brim with items, almost like falling out if it wouldn't be so packed.
Oh my.
Kind of sits down on like a stump and yeah. I've collected a lot of things as well.
So, where would you want it moved?
Well, some things are probably gonna be thrown away, other things gonna go back in, and some things could bring into the house. I'm gonna sit here and tell you. I'm just not gonna do the heavy lifting.
Yep. So, feel like start giving directions already. I'm ready to start.
I would like to insight this guy's inability to work.
Sure, roll a insight.
15.
15. He probably could, but he kinda outsourcing it, what it seems like.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say anything. I guess we have work to do.
Yep, we do.
Very well. So, as you start pulling like crates out, they kind of some just falls the bottom out, and you have to start piling up. A lot of stuff goes like instantly into like a burning pile. While some things are left outside to be taken in sometimes, and just a few items like pristine, like models of ships and like ornate bottles, stuff like that. He kind of says himself, kind of puts in a basket beside him. What can I have you both roll investigation to see if you find anything useful among all this crap and fanfare?
Yes. Separately, I guess.
Separately investigation, yes. This will be, you will do this 3 times as the day goes.
Okay.
Okay. Start off with a 19.
19 for Erenar. You found a relatively large grey box. You kind of open it, looking around. It smells like it's dry. The air gets dry around it, and he informs you it's a tinderbox. So you have the tools to light stuff up, and this kind of weak but dry material that easily lights on fire. Leopold.
18.
18. You lift out a box and afterwards a barrel. You see something leans up against the wall when you do so. You kind of pick it up. It's a... Pretty soon you make up its short sword. Quite fine handle with kind of a wolf mark down. With a relatively simple leather scarab with the same kind of wolf mark on the scarab.
Okay. Normal, ornate short sword.
Yes. Or normal short sword. It isn't that special, just the symbol that
Yes.
looks odd. And
Yes.
you are allowed to take both of those items. You continue like digging through the things as you go. He kind of brings you the water skins that I originally promised you. They look a bit worn and used, but they do hold water, and well, it's a welcome sight after I've left a few dozen boxes each. And roll another investigation.
$21.
Natural 20. Really?
No. 21.
Nah, Dave.
Oh, he got
Dave's
a...
natural 20 for a total
Oh,
of
damn!
Yeah, this one was lucky. Yeah, so
Very well,
should I say
Elnar.
total?
That's a 21. You found another similar sword that Leopold had found earlier. Like, it's the same wolf mark, the same handle. So now you have... There was 2 of them for some reason. Leopold,
Well,
you find just a rolled up piece of leather at first. As you pull it out, it seems to be some kind of map with markings scattered around. You don't know where this place is. It doesn't seem to be that well made either. Like, you can make out that's probably a body of water. That's probably like a cliff or mountain. Who knows?
so with a reference, could make it out.
Possibly, you could make it
Yes.
up. Oh. Old Joe, as you continue working, old Joe just sits there like smoking the pipe and kind of scoffs at you. Or no. What's the word I'm looking for? Well, laugh. He kind of does this kind of bellow laugh as you go. So, roll a third investigation.
$13.
Leopold.
Same. 13.
13. Very well. Looking around, I don't know, you find these kind of what seems to be like just strings of woven hair, probably horsehair, something, and like a piece of leather sitting around. You pretty quickly make out that this is probably a sling. You've used those when you were younger and played around. And Leopold, you pull out just what seems to be a rolled piece of cloth that Yo informs you is a bedroll. You have seen them before. It didn't just strike you at first, but yeah, You find a bedroll.
Nice. I get to sleep.
But yeah, after this, now you have cleaned out, put the stuff in, so you can actually walk in the shed now. It's still pretty filled around you, but at least you can walk in there. And he has brought that items inside. Kinda feel like sweat is like dripping, and it's getting towards evening. So it's the colder like evening breeze is nice as well. You kind of go follow him to the front side of the house as he takes his place in the rocking chair once more. Well, good job.
Thank you. Thank you for.
You definitely earned those items of yours.
Any idea about this map? What area it would be over?
North, maybe? I don't know. Been to better places that looks like that, and frankly, I don't remember.
Yeah, that's fair. Do you remember the markings? What they represent, or is it just?
Kind of looks over for a while. Yeah, usually richer folks, pirates, or sometimes mages usually put more of these marking, and only one of them are correct.
Okay,
You know,
that's good
there's
to know.
different methods to figure out which one is correct. Some require magical means, some require some special compounds. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably haven't found it though. I can tell you that much. So it's probably free for taking if you find it.
Good to hear from me. Would you have some tools, mapping tools, cartographer tools that I could acquire? I don't know the price for them. I might not have enough.
I probably do not. Paper and a bit of charcoal, probably.
Yeah, I would like a compass.
Those are useful, yeah.
I guess I will have to manage without it for now. But thank you so much for these items.
Thank you so much for the work. So where are you heading now?
Before we go,
Yeah.
you wouldn't happen to have a mess kit and a bedroll, maybe?
I have a pot and a blanket.
What would you want for those?
$3 silvers. So I can get new ones.
I think I'll be fine.
What did you say? How many?
3.
3 silvers. If you are going to travel together, I can't have my traveling companion just freeze to death. So I will pay for it. You said 3?
Yeah, if you want the pot as well.
Yeah, both of them.
Very well. Gotta gets up, struts to the house, and kind of goes out with his. It's a shorter hair blanket, shorter animal hair blanket, but it seems warm, and this crude metal pot. There you go.
Thank you.
Eo, you take care of these. They are for you.
So,
Sure, accept them.
where are you heading?
We don't know yet. Haven't
But
figured
honestly,
that
I'm
out.
not even sure where we are.
Yeah, same here. How far away from Kirai are we?
Kirai. Few days by horse?
It's in which direction?
I should be north, but not west.
Okay, so we are south of Kirai.
Have
That's-
I heard about this town that he's speaking of?
Kirai. Roll history.
That will be a 10.
10. Possibly some artisans has talked about it that have been visiting your town, but you're not certain.
Alright.
By foot? Probably a lot longer.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, well, thank
I
you.
guess-
Then we at least know where we are on the map.
What are you out to do then? Something to share with the old mate?
Frankly, we don't know yet. I guess we just go where the road follows.
Usually leads somewhere. Well, guess I could do one more favor for adventures to be. Because I definitely don't need it anymore. Because there's a lot of open land around these places, so you need some form of transportation. And I have an old fellow of mine, a few days away by foot, that owes me a service. I need. What do you know? He breeds horses. If that sounds interesting for you.
Sounds very interesting.
Yeah, it would be quite interesting indeed. Yeah. So
Very well. You just take the road and you follow it. That's westwards. You should find. Well, it's just a farm, but usually has horses around. You're looking for Miles. Equestrian is the second name, and you just say that old Joe is turning in the favor. Oh well, Yo is better. Yeah.
yes. What was the name? The sound jacked.
Yeah, Miles. Equestrian.
Miles.
Stout little dwarf, but he knows his stuff around horses.
I approach him.
Hmm?
I reach my hand out to shake it, and I cast a message to him.
Message
Thank you
is
for your help.
you talk.
Or is it? Oh, I have to talk to do that. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So I just reach my hand out to like shake. And I say thank you.
You're welcome. And good luck to you.
Thank you. Might be needed. Should we head out, or what is the what is the time now?
Like there's a few, like maybe 2-3 hours left of sunlight.
Should we take a night more at the place? We slept. We can't travel far anymore.
I can't really pay for it.
Yeah. We can go and ask. I have some money, but if not, we will have to sleep outside.
So you're gonna go
Would
back
you
to...
have need? Would you have need of the sword? I hold
I-
up the short sword with the wolf's head on it.
Did both have wolf head?
Both has, yeah.
Okay. No, I can't use more than one.
Well, it's a bit brutish and heavy for my taste, but should fetch a gold or two.
It's a really nice sword.
It's
I can't use.
a little big too big for me.
Ah, you're not a fighter. I see.
No. I have some skill with small weapons, but this is too big.
Should we check with the blacksmith if he would like to?
I mean, possibly. Well, we can try. Alright, so we're gonna head to the blacksmith before going back to the inn, I guess.
Very well. He isn't currently outside on the... outside and working. But it does seem to be some sound coming from the inside of the kind of co-joined house.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to the door and...
Oh, you knock and it quiets down and you hear someone approach and open. You see Hogarth is there now, doesn't have the apron, instead now he has a proper shirt on. Oh, hello.
Good evening. I was wondering, would you maybe be interested in purchasing this weapon?
Well, we don't have much use for weapons around here, I'm afraid. Could take it for the scrap value to make it something else, but that's about it.
No, I think I'll keep on to it.
Yeah, you found some of the bigger towns, they might have some use for it.
Yes, thank you. I'm
Uh-huh.
sorry to bother you this late.
Don't worry about it. And it closes the door with a kind of does like a aqua like wave and then closes the door.
So I guess we should start. I don't have that much money, so I
Sorry, your microphone broke there for a second.
Yeah,
Mine.
there. Yeah, yours.
Okay. Yeah, so should we start traveling?
How much do you have left?
I counted now when the money is a bit less, so I have 7 silver.
Would be enough for a night.
I don't know the price.
You paid him 5 silvers.
Yeah, but we had apparently paid something more the day before, so
Oh,
I don't know how much we paid before, so we can always try. Let's go there and check.
we can always ask.
That we can.
Oh,
So we're
after you.
I will walk towards the inn and do I see the shouting guy?
It's not an inn, it's more like his private house.
Oh,
Like, it doesn't seem to be large enough to have an inn.
Okay.
So are you gonna approach and knock, or?
Yeah, knocking.
Oh, well, you knock on the door and you hear some scuffling around and it kind of opens. You again?
Yeah, seems like we might need one more night to stay. I don't remember how much a night plus food is.
Well, if you want plus food, I take a silver each.
So 2 silvers.
Yeah, you have to share the room again, though.
I think that's fine.
Well, 2 silvers. And I hold out the hand. Puts in the pockets. Oh, and just points you the same, like the hallway where you enter the big room. Sleep tight. And it goes back to whatever it was doing. Seems to be playing around with some bone dice and drink something at the same time.
Should we go to sleep already, or should we be up a bit more? It's not that late yet.
I'd rather get a early morning start.
At what time is the food ready?
When I get up,
So if you're not up, we will wait. Yeah.
so that's damn right.
I guess we can. It's a bit tiresome day, so let's go to sleep. Was it a double bed or a single bed that we both just was shocked
Pretty much
on?
just a single bed. Like, it's not wider than like, maybe a meter. So you can sleep there. It's, I guess, a bit close, you could say, but you can sleep both in the bed. That's not an issue.
Please
I mean-
watch.
You have the bedroll.
Yeah. How big is the room?
Like, the bed itself is up against one wall. Then it's pretty much the same space next to the bed where you kind of woke up.
I guess since you have been sleeping in the room thingy, I don't know what. So I guess you can have the bed tonight, and I will take the bedroll.
Thank you.
Oh well. So, Leopold, you sleep on the floor. It's more comfy than just sleeping on the floor since you have the bedroll. It keeps you warm. And Eleanor, you get the bed. It's a simple but functional one. Seems to be laid by hay. So a few thoughts pass your head, just most like, what have I ended up into, and this, you're probably lying on a rock or something that disturbs your sleep, but soon enough you both fall asleep from the exhaustion you both had. And I think we're gonna take a break, because we've been going for 1.5 hours now. So we're gonna take a short break for 10 minutes. We're gonna catch up a bit of things that were said in the chat, and we will continue this after about 10 minutes, yeah. And that's a proper fireball. Ah. Catch y'all soon. There we go. Hello everyone, and welcome back. So, as we left off, you were falling asleep with this very intense music playing. There we go, that's better. And you wake up pretty much at the break of dawn as you went to sleep. Quite early.
Well, try to stretch
Very well. It's
a bit, and
It's a bit crowded, but you manage.
I will fold back the pillow and do a quick morning prayer in silence.
Very well. You do a short prayer.
Yes.
Are you staying in the room for a while, or?
as soon as he starts the prayer, I leave the room.
Very well. Leave the room, enter the kind of common area, you could call it, with the table and the workbench. And pretty soon after, then the man himself follows.
Okay, so he's already up.
He seems to be just waking up as you exit the room or something. Guy looks at him, kind of does like a half asleep hello to you, and then walks in, starts to do something next to the like fireplace. Kind of like shuffling of tools and kettles. Doesn't take you long to pray, so I assume you join them. Is there anything particular you pray for?
No, not really. That we have safe travels, basically.
Well, you can. So you also enter the hallway. Eonar is kind of sitting and kind of biding her time as a faint smell of cooked meat is arising. If nothing else, a few.
No, we'll just start eating when we get the food.
Yeah. Takes a
Did
few
you happen
minutes.
to see where the closest town is on the map?
This map, no, this is a, I would say, treasure map or something. So I don't know. It doesn't tell us where we are really. So,
I mean, it must have something.
well, no, this I can't identify it at the moment. But I think the closest town or place is Miles' place.
Oh yeah, Miles.
So I think that is a good idea to go to.
Oh yeah, I would agree.
So, are you good with horses?
Not really.
Will be fun to see how you will handle the saddle with those hooves.
Oh well. You discuss quite lowly, or talk lowly, as the smell of food is just getting more and more pleasing or alluring, so to speak. And soon enough, he puts two plates in front of you. It seems to be some kind of assorted, like grilled fruits and these beefs. Relatively thin, but they seem to be filling. He might not be the best cook, but at least it's food. And the same again, the 2 water cups, and it kind of takes a share himself at the table and sits down and starts eating.
Mm.
Thanks so much for letting us stay here.
You're welcome.
Eonar doesn't eat much from the food. She pretty much at times picks like smaller pieces.
At first, it doesn't seem to really bother, but after a while, he looks a bit like why? Why would you spoil good food? Well, it doesn't say anything. Yeah. Otherwise, you eat up, and I assume you are leaving.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well. So you exit again. It's same kind of sunny weather, bit of a breeze going on. Yeah, town is pretty much fully awake at this point. Like most of them are farmers, so they wake up at dawn as well and go tend the lands or hunt for food, whichever they do.
Mm-hmm.
And you follow the kind of middle of the village, so to speak. It's hard to have a middle point in it, but again, past Yo's house, who doesn't seem to have woken up yet, and then there's the road that just leads in currently 2 directions. Or, well, dirt path. Probably a closer description of it. So where do you want to go?
Yeah,
I mean, we're
so
headed for miles.
Oh. So you're taking the right path then, as you're looking at the road, as Yo pointed out, and you start. Yeah, start heading out.
Yes, as we walk, I would like to try and see if I can gather some small stones as ammo for my sling.
Oh, well. It's easily enough done, so to speak. It's if they are roughly around this size, you can pick them up and kind of store them. You just
Yeah, so how many do I get?
well, they do get heavy after a while, so 10 to 20, depending on how many you want yourself.
I'm just gonna grab 10 then to start with.
Well, you pick up 10. It's easy enough during the walking hours, as you have not really much else to do.
Yes.
So you're walking down the street. There's doesn't mean much else than plains or forest. Sunlight kind of heats you in the back as you go. And yeah, a few hours pass by. You stop, take like just a moment to drink or rest your legs before continuing for the other half of the urn itself. And as you walk, something unevenly shaped seems to be lying in a field of almost entirely covered by grass.
Okay. What do you think that is?
should we take a closer look? Does
Ota
it look
micken
like...
armari, David. Jep. Tälle talo höger.
Okay, so I will need to shout a bit. Yeah, so maybe we should take a closer look. And
I mean, it's the most interesting thing we've seen all day.
Yeah. Well, everything interesting is not a good thing. Yeah,
Generally, she seems generally dismissive of that comment and just starts walking towards the thing in the field.
Well, as you get closer, it's relatively large. It seems to be some kind of almost pillar that has fallen over. And it looks old. Real old. Like nature started to take it back, like there's moss growing on top of it, and most of the grass seems to have almost formed around it. There's even like a smaller tree that has started growing in one end. And it has inscriptions, carvings, almost picture-like.
Is it in a language I understand?
What are your languages?
I think it's pretty much just common and actually, let me check. It's been a while since I chose those.
I will also approach. Have a look.
Well, what are your languages?
Oh, there. Abyssal, Common, Infernal, and Orc.
Oh. Leopold?
Dwarvish, Elven, and Infernal. And Common, of course.
Yeah, so no one of you can read it as it currently stands. At least not the small bits of text that are here and there.
I would like to investigate the area around, see if I can find anything else but old stone.
Well, roll investigation.
16.
16. Walking around the general area, I start to check what. You get this idea to start checking if there's something underneath. So you use either your stiletto, the dagger you have, or some kind of just stick and start to point. And pretty soon you start hitting something underneath. It isn't.
Yeah,
doesn't
I
seem to
don't
be-
use the dagger. It's too important to me.
Yeah. So use old stick. You kind of point.
A sword.
Probably the short sword. Yeah.
Very well, so if you use the short sword, it sinks easily through the dirt and kind of hits. Yeah, it hits harder, like stone and whatever. It seems to be something forming around the pillar itself, or like the one end of the pillar.
How far down does it seem to be?
It is about a foot, like 30 centimeters, about.
Seem to be something under there, but can't really get to it.
Well, we can always dig.
I don't have anything to dig with.
Hmm. Can't you dig with your hoofs?
No.
Okay. Hmm. So what have you found? You found
I don't know. Something sharp underneath there. And I point out where I push the sword through.
Is the dirt soft so you can dig with your hands?
It is relatively soft, like just pull like the mat of grass away, and it's just relatively easy effort to actually dig away the dirt, the remaining dirt.
Can I borrow your sword so I can dig a bit with it also?
Sure. Hand him the sword.
So I will use my hands and the sword for harder parts. So if there are any roots or anything, I will try to cut them with the sword.
Yeah, you kind of carve also the grass itself to lift that away,
Yeah.
but otherwise there isn't much else that have had time to form under. Pretty soon you get this carved, almost polished rock underneath. and continuing digging, you can quite easily find like where the pillar originally was stuck before it fell over. But otherwise it just seems like a platform sort. So it could be some sort of monument, or have been.
Pity. Just more rock.
Yeah. Should we just leave it, or I don't
Yeah.
think. Is
I don't
anything
think
else
there's
to-
anything. I don't think there's anything here for us.
So let's continue.
Normal.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a break from the monotony, just forest looks, but you continue. Day out. And night falls. Temperature drops a bit, but it's still fairly warm outside. But I assume without further things, you take a rest.
That we would.
Yeah.
Well.
Should we gather some campfire woods? Wood for a campfire.
What type of area have we tried to set camp in?
I assume you're just relatively close to the road, but a bit into the forest.
Does it seem like it has rained recently?
Not recently, no. It's probably a few, or quite a while since last.
Maybe a small campfire. We don't want to set fire to the forest.
That we don't.
Yeah, I'll try and see if I can find any like suitable smaller sticks to get a fire going.
Yeah, I will go on and help out with that.
Very well. It's easy enough done. Like you just collect a few branches, and when your tinderbox is just almost automatically a fire going. It isn't much effort at all.
Yeah, it's not my first fire, so.
Nope. Yeah. You have a fire going. And the darkness sets around. At least for Leopold, it kind of looks, it's this kind of area where it's just around you. It's almost no moon out at all. So it's only the light from the fire itself that you can actually make out. And of course the star sky up above, since there's no delusion of light.
Calm night.
Let's hope that.
So, are you going to sleep, I suppose?
Should we have some watches? And how should we do that since we are only two?
Maybe. Well, I'd say that the most dangerous situation is right now in the beginning, so you take 2 hours first, then wake me up. I take 2 hours and then we sleep the last 4 hours.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
I will try and find a. It's not my first night sleeping rough, so I'm gonna try and find like a spot where close to the fire where there is where I at least can sleep without a stone in my back.
Easy enough. So, Leopold, roll perception with disadvantage.
Okay, so that's 11.
11. It's calm. Like the wind is occasionally bruising past some bushes, making them shuffle, but otherwise there doesn't really seem to be anything going on. And you're 2 hours end. Eonar,
Yes.
roll a perception.
I will. Oh no, I have to choose to use the Tides of Chaos. I assume I would have to say I used that before I roll, right?
You can use it now if you want to.
Yeah, I will use that to give me advantage on this check.
Well,
It's not good.
Chaos.
Yeah, once per long rest you can get an advantage on attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. Before you regain the use of the SDM can have you roll a wild magic search table after you cast the first level or higher spell. You then regain the use of this feature.
Yeah. So what was your?
I mean,
What did you roll?
first roll was 6, the second roll was a 2, so it's I have -1 in perception, so it's a big oof.
So it's a unnatural 1.
No, it's a 5.
It's a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there again, it's hard. Like the fire goes out and it's just smoldering red coal. Sit there looking around, looking over your equipment, but it's just colorless dark. Nothing else going on really. But you swear you hear something fluttering, like a pair of tiny wings. But that's about it. You aren't certain if they're how far, how large, or anything like that.
I am proficient in survival. I don't know if that was anything that I have heard before. Or does it like unsettle me in any way?
You were proficient in what you said?
Well, I'm proficient in survival.
Well, if I can say it like this, yes, it startles you, but it doesn't startle you as much as that massive amount of magical force that suddenly shoots out of your fingertips as you cast a magic missile of 5th level, just destroying all bushes and trees around you. Leopold is like, what the? As you hear these small crackling explosion sounds, and it's just a bunch of like smoking areas and holes in the ground.
What was that?
Eonar is not responding. She's sitting. She has that like 1,000-mile stare. Absolutely frozen.
I guess everything is okay. I go back to sleep then. I will try to sleep.
Well. You're a bit scarred or jumpy, but you fall asleep after a while. And I don't know, doing anything.
She's absolutely doing nothing. That includes going to sleep.
You're gonna go. She's gonna go to sleep. Or what do you say?
No, she's not.
Well,
She's completely frozen in time.
well. So just sit there as hours roll by, and the first light of day starts to shine. And Leopold, you wake up, and Eonor roll a Constitution saving throw.
That will be a 9.
So you have 1 point of exhaustion.
Yep.
Yeah, Leopold, looking around, you see a pair of tiny wings just smoldering on the ground a few feet away from the campsite.
I will go and have a look
Oh.
at it is.
Actually, look, there seems to be this very colorful, almost larger butterfly wings, and some kind of flowery, like very tiny flowers in that seems to be almost braided. But there isn't much else to it than just a small stench of burnt meat.
You know, where did this come from?
I don't know. That wasn't there in the evening.
No. You didn't see anything either during night?
I heard something.
Maybe this was
Okay.
it? Do you recognize it? What it could be? Could
Do I
have been?
recognize it?
You haven't seen it.
No. Did hear something flapping. Possibly that?
Yeah, but should we just continue walking? I don't see any.
Was it that thing that did that? And she points towards like all the damage.
I don't know. I woke up, but I'm not sure. I'm no expert with
Yeah.
magic stuff.
It was just all of a sudden a huge explosion.
Yeah, I've heard that. I woke up. You didn't say anything.
I was a bit startled, yes.
But yeah, should we eat and then go? We have the whole day ahead of us.
I would rather get away. Can eat on the way.
And that could also work. So we will walk and eat. And drink
Or well,
water.
you eat your rations. It's mostly just dried vegetables and dried meats. Nothing else. As you go to drink, you notice that your water has turned into wine. So you now have a full water skin of wine.
A wineskin.
Yes.
The hell?
Hmm,
What is this?
I guess it's some magic water skin that turns water into wine. I think we might need to buy a new one if we want to have only water. Let's hope we
Holy shit, it tastes
find.
like... Tastes so bad.
Is it decent wine?
It is like the softer, lower alcohol ones that you use for dinner wines. It's
So
pretty common.
it's good. It's good for the Russians.
I would like to attempt to find fresh water.
Well, roll a survival.
I assume my No, I'm not gonna use it for this. So it's a 3.
Very well. You can't seem to find any sort like larger sources of liquid at this leg of the journey.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to go without drinking then.
But you can drink this. It's not that hard. It's quite soft. Almost like a soft drink.
What is a soft drink?
Well, it's not hard. Well, things you can drink with dinner, I guess. Or lunch. Or
Mm.
breakfast. I don't know.
As we continue, Eonor will drink small sips of it when she feels very thirsty. She is not going to drink this as like water.
Well, to keep you from not rolling another, get another point of exhaustion, you still have to drink your amount, the pint, for the entire day. But it will not. It can be used as water.
I'm gonna spread it out as much as I can over the day.
Yeah. At the day's end, you have forced yourself down enough to keep you sustained. And you... Yeah, at nightfall you start to see light coming down the road. Just a relatively simple house. Seems to be rather large. And most of it, the areas around, is open field.
Do you think that's the Horsemaster's place?
Can't tell, it's quite dark. B? How long would it take to go there, do I think?
Not too long, like a few minutes, maybe like 10 minutes most.
Should we go there? Ask for stay for the night?
Sure.
Well, you walk over and you see now there's actually two houses here. The smaller house has the light source, then there's a larger on the next to it, but that isn't lit up at all. It's directly connected to some kind of fence, like fence in a smaller field. And I assume you go up and knock?
I go and knock
Very well.
the gate door.
You hear some rumbling around and then you can start to see in the cracks in the window sills where the light source moves. It kind of opens. You're met with this leaner looking dwarf that doesn't have a beard. It's holding like a light and kind of pulls it up to your faces as you knock. How can I help you?
You won't be in my...
Yeah. That's my name.
Yeah, that's good. Could we have a stay at your place during the night? We were asked from Yo to turn in a favor later also.
As you say the name, you kind of see when it's kind of light up like, oh, yo, I sent you. Or, come in. kind of walks. He has this larger table. And sits a few other family members. This female human and 2 other kids at the table. Yeah, look at it. Seems to be up in some kind of entertainment, either dice or some kind of game that you aren't really familiar with. Well, old Joe saved my life once, and now finally he's turning in that favor. Eh?
Yeah.
Or someone is.
Yeah, he said something about horses.
Yeah, the finest horses on this side of countryside land. Donington was a wee lad.
Well, he's doing fine.
Well, that's good to hear. I was just about to ask that. So, what is he looking... What does he ask of me?
Dicky said to help us out.
Okay.
With some transportation.
So you want horses, or he want to give you the horses?
Yes. That is what I understood from him.
Well, I can... Kinda looks... ponders for a while. I'll say it like this. I don't wanna be dishonored and all that, but horses takes a long time to train, breed, and so on and so forth. All that stuff that I suppose you're not that interested in, unfortunately. But if you do me also a favor, we can arrange you horses. How's that sound?
What kind of favor?
Well, Siren, can you get over here and you see this younger, his daughter, you assume, come over. He kind of pulls up one of her sleeves and you see this almost bite mark with relatively thick teeth that go on both sides of her arm. There's something in the waters nowadays. Almost lost my precious little daughter to them. And they make it impossible to fish or swim or even be close to the waterside.
Looking at this bite mark, does it match any creature I have hunted with Locke?
Roll history or nature, your choice.
Mm. 17 history.
Maybe, like, giant rats does have, like, the large enough teeth for it, but... And bears also might have it, but the arrangement of them just looks odd. Like, they are spaced pretty far between. So maybe a very large leech?
I relay that information to Leopold and the father. I think we possibly could take a look.
Have you seen the beast?
No,
Or have you just...
I haven't.
They just nibble?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't have those around the children. I guess that would be a fair for us to take on.
did it attack in the water or on land?
Well, what happened was I was, just fishing. My kids were playing around in the water. Suddenly they start screaming and she disappears underwater. Just barely get there and find her and just pull her out. Just had this horrible mark. Never saw what it was, but my fish were gone. And fishing equipment as well.
I think we can take a look, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
you will need to know where it is.
Yeah, I don't want to send you to your deaths, but I also don't want anyone else to fall for those. Definitely not my family.
Yeah. We can take a look tomorrow, since I don't think it would be a good idea to take it on during the night.
That's fair, that's fair. Don't have much space in here, but you can go sleep in the hay if you want to. Seem like decent folks.
Roof over the head is fine enough.
That definitely is.
Yes. You don't happen to have water, do you?
Yeah, we have a barrel outside. For rainwater.
I have this water skin, but for some reason the water. I think the guy that gave us to us was a little bit of a prankster.
Okay.
Yeah, he filled them with wine rather than water.
Really now. Well, if you don't want it, we can definitely take care of the wine for you.
Yes, absolutely. I'd rather fill it with water.
Or well. And he kind of walks over and has this kind of deep wooden bowl that kind of empties your water skin to. And well, yeah, it's red wine. Well, there you go. That's empty, and I guess we got drinks for tomorrow. Kind of looks at it as it wipes with a smile.
You could
Looks like
get
a
mine
cool
also.
stomach.
I will fight it better with water in my stomach than wine, so...
I will not say no. And that's the same. Empties to the same bowl, and it kind of gets like filled to the brim. Spills a bit as he walks back with it.
We just gave him 6 pints of wine.
Yeah. He's gonna have a good day tomorrow. Or tomorrow.
Yes.
As you see him take
Slowly
a
tomorrow.
bit of a sip when he's like out of view from his wife.
Yes. So before we go to bed, I would like to go out and fill my water skin again with the water.
Yeah, I'll
Same
show
here.
you. Kind of takes the candle and walks outside. It points to the barrel. It's on the side. It's about half full with water at this point. We can easily fill it up. And then it leads
Alright.
you into the stables, apparently. And you see there's a few horses there currently sleeping. Then a few on the other side as well. And he kind of points out to like a pile of dried grass or hay. You can sleep there, it's soft. And I see you in the morning. Yeah, thanks.
See you in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah, it walks in and it gets dark. Very dark.
Yeah. What dark?
Yeah, Leopold, you kind of have to feel around for your slot, but you kind of sit down and then you don't move for the rest of the night.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and gather some of the hay a little bit to make try and make like a artificial barricade between us.
Oh, well, it's easy enough done. Leopold just feels a few rustling of hay against his shoulder, but that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go in my bedroom.
Yeah, so you don't feel it at all, actually. And
Why
it,
wouldn't
it
I
is
use that?
soft. It's very comfortable. Probably gonna be bad for your back in the long run, but for now it's good. Smells a bit of horse, of course, but
Yes.
alright. So, anything else?
I'm gonna be sleeping the whole night, no watch.
Yeah, same. I will not keep any watch. I will trust the stable to keep us safe.
Yeah. You definitely do. And night passes by without incident so far. And you wake up to the kind of moving, creaking, and there's some frosting horses is currently waking up and wants to get out or get fed. You're uncertain. It's hard to sleep at this point. You can see outside there's like this grayish cloud and like a slight rainfall going on as well. And
Yes.
yeah,
Just gonna get up, do a quick stretch, and then go out to see if any of the family has woken up.
yeah, pretty much as you get up, you see like the dwarfs coming out with this heavy cloth. It's probably protected from protection range, and looks at it. Come on! Kind of walks
Morning.
past you, starts to pretty much shovel the hay around, and the horses start to eat very happily. Well, she got breakfast for you inside. If you want that,
Oh,
Much
appreciate
appreciated.
yeah. I assume you're gonna do better if you actually aren't starving.
I would like before we go in to check my water skin.
Yeah, it's water.
All right. Good. So I'll go inside.
Same.
Yeah. You get inside and it smelled of home cooked, properly home cooked. This hits the air instead.
Ah,
And the kids kind of sit around eating this kind of porridge looking thing with what seems to be fresh like bark bread. Oh, welcome. Please take a seat. She kind of puts out again two like filled bowls and the same kind of pieces of bread and mugs of water.
Thank you.
yeah, sit down, start eating. During the meal, I would like to turn to the child that had been bitten.
She's having just like trying to eat this bread. It's very like tough to eat.
I'm sorry, child, but you don't happen to remember anything from the attack?
No, just Daddy saved me, and it hurt. Kind of lifts the same arm. I feel like someone was grabbing me.
Grabbing? Or just pulling with after biting?
Before biting. And her brother kind of grabs her arm and kind of pulls away. Just stop it! And start like having almost a bit of a fight going around, trying to keep each other's hands away.
Huh. Interesting. Let's hope we can find whatever hurt you. Make sure it can't hurt you again.
You have horns. Like those
What did you
cows that
say?
walks by. Just start commenting
What was
on
it?
horns.
Oh, she commented on my horse.
Horns.
What did she ask about them?
Didn't ask anything. She just said you have horns. You have horns like a cow, like those big, large creatures that goes by now and then.
Yeah, Eonar pretty much gets like a big smile on her face, and yes, I was born with them.
Oh, So I can't get horns?
Maybe you can make your own horns.
Kind of jumps off and just runs away, like as fast as he possibly could. Like, her mother's. Yes. Okay. And starts cleaning away her half-eaten plate of food.
I'm happy to see that she wasn't badly affected by the attack.
No, she's very stout. Very happy.
Strong spirit.
Indeed. Yeah, if you be careful. We do want it to be rid of it, but we don't want to have anyone die over it either.
We will take our precautions.
Seems to be clearing off the table and doing the dishes. I see the dwarf Miles gets back in, kind of grabs a plate and the half-eaten plate and starts just shoveling it in.
Well, could
Just
you
give me
maybe
a few
show
and
us the attack?
I'll show you where it is.
Alright. Should know we might be dealing with something more than a beast.
Let's hope not.
I mean, she told me that something grabbed her before it bit her.
Hard to say.
Well,
Unfortunately, I can't give you more information.
Well, you can at least show us where it was.
Oh well. I'll be back soon. Gonna walks out to the door, and I assume you follow him.
Yes.
Yeah, and he walks between a few trees, or over a few places, and through a bit of a collection of trees until you find it's like a smaller lake. Doesn't seem to have anything that goes into it or out from it, and it's pretty much just open. Mostly like probably not larger than like 30 meters across. It's like 90, 100 feet at the longest end.
how deep is this lake?
Quite. Not as deep as it's long, but about half, I would say, maybe. At the deepest point.
Yeah, okay.
Where was she attacked?
Well, rest around. We usually play around that area because there's like softer ground and, well, good place to fish.
Alright. I would like to investigate the lake shore for any tracks of any kind.
Or well, roll an investigation. Kind of just sits down on like a rock and, well, I can stay for a while at least. Guy looks up and dries some rain from his forehead.
Would be 11.
11. Looking around, you don't really see any tracks. You find a few like fish bones and almost half-eaten fish lying around, like pieces of scattered fish. No, there's not much else from that.
What a adventure.
And for repeated breaker.
Do these fish look like they could have been left by a bear?
No, they will probably not be left in the water if it was a bear.
Or they were in the water?
Yeah, they were like some like stranded on like small pieces of like
the
like
fish.
It's just a few places that has the actual sand that goes down. Other places are like dirt, and then they have kind of the water's eaten out. So it's kind of a sea formation, and kind of the grass hangs over it. So the water is eaten a bit away.
Can I try to like use a stick to drag in a few maybe of the bigger chunks of fish?
Sure, you can try to. Leopold, are you doing anything while this is going on?
I'm just watching EO do the investigation in the water. I'll ask Miles, is there anything we could try to lure the beast out with? Do you have any fish?
Not really. Like I said, it's been a while since I fished anything.
Yeah, fair enough.
As you kind of have this small conversation, Eonar, as you try to pull in something, you suddenly see a pair of, almost like a face staring back at you from the outside of the water, with darkened eyes, almost purple, and you're a bit entranced for a while until it shoots up these with his arms, kind of pull you by the shoulders and tries to start dragging you down. So I need to have you roll acrobatics or athletics from being grappled.
Alright. I assume we are should be changing to combat music.
Yes, we are gonna go into combat. So you can also, Leopold, you can roll initiative.
I would like to use my chaotic thing again.
Very well, roll.
I rolled the exact same thing on both. Yeah, it's an 8.
Yeah, that was a natural 20.
Holy hell.
So you are pulled into the water, kind of fumbling around, as this creature's now holding you. So roll initiative.
Alright.
I need my piece of paper, which I have over here.
Do this happening?
You do notice this happening. You also roll, like, as you hear this, like, short scream and heavy splash.
Okay.
So, Eonar,
5.
Leopold,
23.
Jesus. Leopold is fast on his feet.
Yes.
Well, Leopold, you are the first one to react, as Eonar disappears under the surface of water.
How far away?
Not far, like 20 feet at most.
I run over there, like walk.
Well, you run over there, you see someone struggling underwater, kind of makes the surface go, like breaking the surface now and then.
I will try to pull Eonar out of the water.
Very well. Roll a contested strength check then.
Okay, strength, not athletics.
Athletics, yes. Athletics, sorry. This is unfortunately not an acrobatics since it's pure athletics.
Yes. 18.
Yeah, you succeed pulling Eonar up as this creature kind of retreats back into the water. But Eonar is now up on land with you. That's your action. Anything else?
That was an action, so no. I will drag her. Can I drag her a bit up on
You
land?
can drag her with half your speed, yes.
Yeah.
If she allows it.
That is 10 feet. 10.
Very well. If she allows it, you are now dragged 10 feet backwards as you kind of cough the water that you kind of inhaled.
I wouldn't
went down.
resist.
We found it.
Did the creature come up with?
It sank back into the water, it seemed. Like it didn't follow you up. You can still see it, like, really barely breaking the surface, looking at you.
All right.
That's my turn.
Very well. So that's your turn.
Yeah.
Eonor.
Screw this thing. Chaos Bolt.
Chaos Bolt. Very well. So that's a roll to attack, or how does it work? Chaos Bolt.
It's it's a ranged spell attack.
Very well. Roll a ranged spell attack.
16.
Yeah, that's definitely a hit. Roll damage.
All right, let me check the spell. So it's 2d8 plus 1d6. So, Eonor pulls back quickly and just pushes her hand out towards this creature, and a pure bolt of force damage shoots out, and the creature takes 14 points of force damage.
14.
Yeah.
Very well. As this force hits you, kind of, Leopold standing next to you can heal this, feel this just, something like just the strongest of winds will hit you, and this creates these massive waves on the water, and the creature just screeches like gurgling, almost drowning on itself, and then just floats up to the surface in a mangled state. Anything else?
No.
Very well. Leopold.
Is it
Quiet
moving?
settles down, so what do you want to do?
Oh. Is it moving?
No, it's just floating in the water.
Okay, so I go closer to the edge-ish. Do I see anything else from that one? More creatures.
As you get closer to the edge, you do actually, in a matter of fact, as something springs, another one similar springs with these jaws wide open with just a few like large, almost dagger-like teeth, and tries to bite at you. And that's a hit, yes, for a total of, I think, yeah, 19 for a total. So you are gonna take 4 points of piercing damage as it kind of bites, again, the same arm. Or similar to the arm that the daughter showed you, and it kind of burrows down, almost going through your entire arm. You pull away, like, instinctively from the pain, and it kind of, again, sinks down.
Opportunity attack.
It's not out of your reach.
Oh, okay.
It's just below water.
Okay. Okay, then I will attack it with my short sword.
Very well, roll a melee attack with disadvantage.
Of course, it's underwater.
It's underwater, so it's considered disadvantages. Or it's considered to be underwater.
Okay, so does 21 hit?
A 21 definitely hits, yes.
Okay, yes. So that's 6 points.
6 points of slashing damages. You get this slasher, it's kind of darkened blood start to well out, almost obscuring it in the water. But it still seems to be trying to go pretty much grab at you again.
I will punch it with my other fist.
Very well, roll attack. Because monks.
Disadvantage, I guess.
Yes, disadvantage still.
So that's Annat 20. Annat
Does
20.
also hit, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
good
you're
rolls.
rolling good in combat at least, I notice.
Yeah, luckily. And that's 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. Well, another bloodshed point kind of pulls away. It's you feel the impact, but it does still seem to be alive and kind of squirms around. Is that your turn?
Is there any other beasts?
Not that you can see, no.
Okay, well, I walk away.
Or well, it's gonna do an opportunity attack again.
No. Mobile.
You have mobile. That's true. You just almost. It looks, for everybody else than you, it looks like you stumbled away. So the attack they tried to do at you missed. But you know it was intentional. So how far did it go?
10 feet.
Very well. You walk 10 feet away.
Oh,
Gonna finish
yeah,
it?
I'm no longer in the water then.
You're no longer in water now.
Yeah.
The creature itself, if that's your turn,
Yeah.
is gonna crawl up on land. You see this almost broken fishtail it has kind of crawls off to, leaving this dark track. And it's... Yeah, Eleanor, you are standing now. You didn't move, right? You're still...
Yeah, I didn't move down.
Well.
It's next to me, I guess.
Yep, it's still gonna go for you though, because it's already damaged you once, so you're gonna try to do it again.
Oh no.
Which... awkward failures. This kind of tries to bite at you, but it's like just jumping away from a fish and dry land. So Elnar, you are up next. This thing is now
Yes.
currently trying to grab and bite Leopold as he just nimbly jumps out of the way.
Is it in melee range of me?
It is, yes. I assume you're both pretty much next to each other.
Yes. I walk next to her.
Very well.
So,
Yeah, that checks. So I'm gonna throw a firebolt at it.
very well. Roll to hit.
No.
What do you roll?
I rolled an 11.
Yeah, that hits.
That hits!
You're shooting at a fish on dry land. I'm not even kidding.
Well, let's
So, how do you want to do this?
Let's make it smell like grilled fish on this beach.
Very well. So you pull it out, this flame starts to engulf it. It seems to be awfully flammable, this blood. It starts just grill around, still trying to grab after Leopold, but after a while just lie there, almost trying to roll to put himself out before it just goes silent, just fizzling from it. And the smell of burnt meat is filling the air. And that's gonna end that combat. Miles is just currently standing, kind of drop us at his hand, just looking at the. It's weird.
I will drag the other one floating on the lake into...
You have to
Into
go a bit
land.
out in the water to grab it, but you can.
Yeah, I will do that.
Well,
Yeah.
you go up
I'm
to
gonna-
about chest height in water, pulls it, and just drags it in.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go forward and grab my and basically make sure they're dead properly. Like almost like you would execute a beast that's been like properly wounded.
Very well. So what you do is first you kind of stab them in. You assume on this you stab them in the heart, and then you would normally try and test in the eye to cut if they react on that, but the burnt one doesn't have any eyes left. But you could do it on the other one, and there's
Yeah.
no reaction.
All right.
And yeah, you have in front of you this burnt crisp. It's similar in shape still to the other one. It just seems to like the flesh or the outer skin burnt away. The other one seems like a dark green merfolk would be the best way to describe it. But the maw itself doesn't seem to be correct. Like it doesn't seem human, and the eyes themselves seems to be almost like something is floating behind the eyes. And Miles kind of walks up to you. Ooh. That's hard, gotta say.
Yeah. We should burn them. Who knows how these reproduce?
Nasty
Yes.
little buggers.
I think there's more of them.
Well, let's hope not.
Maybe we should check.
Hope indeed.
Yeah, it would be an to check, but
Can I try and check if this is like a male and a female?
Seems so, yes. It's hard to make out on the burnt one, but the one whose whole is definitely female.
I think that's a female, but I'm not sure on the other one if maybe a male.
You tell me.
like we found
do
them
not know.
before they reproduced.
You don't happen to have a hunting blade? I look at Miles.
Not really, no. I just have a short knife. That's it.
That should do fine.
Very well. Why?
I'd like to check if this female has eggs.
Very well. You start cutting into the fish part of it. Doesn't? No? No eggs.
So either they have children somewhere, or they haven't gotten around to that. How long ago was the attack on your daughter?
A few days. 4?
Yeah, probably they were building a nest. I doubt they would have already gotten children.
Do you think you wanna do we wanna leave that to chance though? Big
We
if,
can
I
go.
mean, we could try and find one.
I guess.
Do you have a boat?
I do not. It's a lake. It's not that far across, to be that honest.
I will strip off and start preparing to go and dive.
Are you gonna go completely naked or?
No, I have a woman in front of me.
Very well, so coat, boots, and the shirt probably.
Yeah.
You're gonna leave the pants.
Yes.
Very well.
Eonar is just gonna stand there and watch.
Very well.
Of course she is.
Miles is gonna look away. He found something very interesting, like in the forest at this point. I would join you, but I'm not much of a swimmer myself.
Yeah, so I will. When I'm ready, I
Jump
will
in the-
go. Jump in
Jump
the.
into the-
Yeah, I'm already wet, so I'm gonna join him.
Well, you both jump into the water. It's refreshing, not cold. Actually, pretty nice. And I need you both to roll. You can choose investigation or perception.
I will investigate.
Investigation, yeah.
Crazy.
I guess it's separate rolls.
It is separate. So, Eonar,
8.
Leopold.
6.
Swimming around diving, it's difficult. Like, you are not used to it. And Leopold, you don't really find anything because you are normal human eyes, and it's just dark after a few meters down. Eona, you feel at the end of a breath, you do think you find something or some bit hidden under like half a rock or something, but you kind of have to go up for air and kind of lose track of it again.
Do I have anything?
Yeah, so you're just kind of just swimming or stepping water. What's called in English? Or something
Found
like that.
anything?
I think something maybe around here somewhere. Under a rock.
Good.
Cool.
How deep down is it there?
Not very.
Okay.
It is quite deep, but
How long can I hold?
you can hold your breath. Is 1 minute plus 1 plus your Constitution modifier in minutes.
Okay, so 5 minutes then.
Yeah.
Modifier, you said, yes.
Yes. So are you gonna try to do another attempt?
Yeah,
this
I will
general
go and
area.
search this area.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing, if you allow me.
Yeah, you can both roll again an investigation.
Okay.
This time it's easier since you are in the general area of it.
That's cocked. 24.
Leopold?
Nah.
Just nah.
No, 13. Nah, 11. 11.
Very well. So yeah, Leopold, you are looking around, you just find some simple weed and just get like a bit distracted by a fish that kind of goes past you. But Eonar, you find again what you thought you saw, and you find something that looks almost like a bird's nest, which is really odd underwater. And it has these eggs, again, more like larger hen eggs, but they seem to have almost scales on them, and they got this dark, sickening greenish color to them.
I'm gonna like ball my hands around it and try to bring it up with me.
Very well.
Or is it? How big is it?
It's quite large, like you need like your entire like grasp almost. It's a total collection of about six eggs.
Okay, it's a risk, but I'm gonna try and quickly stuff the eggs into my bag.
Very well. How long can you hold your breath?
Yeah, I need to check that. What was it again?
I guess I can check that also. Your con is 15, so that's +2, so 3 minutes. Yeah. Not an issue, really. Like, it's the end of the breath when you get your final egg in there and you just shoot up. Leopold is just swimming around somewhere, like a few meters off. But he's a monk.
Yeah, I'm gonna. If he's underwater, is he underwater when I come up, or is he on?
He can be underwater for another 2 minutes after
All right.
you get
I'm gonna point towards where I think he is. Since I know him, I don't have to see him to do this. And I'm gonna send him a message and say, "I found them."
Oh,
So I use the cantrip message.
yeah. Leopold swims up to the surface. And so assume you make it back to shore.
Yeah.
Well, you just look at you get in there and just points at Leopold's clothes when you get up. Kind of move them a bit, but just collecting them instead. Any luck?
Yes.
Oh,
Eggs.
that's bad. But, well, but just...
I show an egg to him.
Ew. That doesn't look natural.
In the out of the water, what are these eggs like?
Like it's
Do they seem like they're
holding-
gonna?
like again, it's like a larger chicken egg, so they are quite sizable in themselves, and they are again the sicklish greenish color and almost like harder fish scales. They're still a bit soft, so you could bend them probably if you want to, but otherwise relatively slippery while they're wet.
Yeah, but do they look like they would survive out of water?
They do not know. They seem to dry up relatively quickly.
Well, I'm gonna begin the process of methodically, basically using my stiletto to stab them to like break them.
Well, the knife goes easily through them. No like pressure at all. It's like just again gutting a fish pretty much. And
Yes.
yeah, you have stabbed all of them. And whatever embryon was inside.
Was there embryos in them as well?
There were some things that were started to form, but they're still very young.
Well, guess I'm gonna stab those as well.
Well, you do. And they are, again, no measure. They doesn't seem to be like bone formed yet. At least nothing that gives.
Alright, so yeah, I thought they were a little bit more developed than that, but sure.
No, they're just
Better make sure.
a bean size flesh. Again, nothing of this.
Alright.
Like the inside of a breaking the egg seems to be again sipping out this black liquid. Smells really foul.
Hmm.
Well,
Think we have done our part?
you certainly have, and I will uphold mine. Follow me, and we'll return. I'll take rid of those at some point. And you walk
Yes.
back. It's not raining anymore. Like the stopped. It's still quite cloudy, but it seems to be scattering up slowly as you walk back. You can feel the smell of wet grass as you go. And yeah, he leads you to the stables, kind of open a side doors, and just these horses run out. And there's a collection about 6 or 7 horses total. And well, you're gonna get to pick. So he kind of starts pointing. That's rain time. No, Rainstone, sorry. It's my kid's name, that one. So it's most of the skin or pelt of it's beige, like the hide, but the mane is the interesting part. It's very dark and a bluish dark color to it. And it seems very stout as he's jumping around the field. Now he points to the next one. That's Donor. Depends on how you want to say it. Which is more of a lighter cream color, almost white entirely. Both the mane and the body itself. Then we have Tash over there. Which is... It points on
Tash?
this... Tash, yeah. A red-brown with blonde mane. Or hair color. And then we've got Morning Flash. It's like the hide is black and white, like prickly. Like the original color is black and then it has like white spots overall and a white mane to it. So, take a pick.
As I approach these horses, how do they react to me?
Some of them seem to be pulling away, but that's either for playful reasons or for being called somewhere else or finding something else interesting. They don't really seem to be upset with you in any way. They just seem to be one of running free.
I don't know about you, but I really like that was the almost white one.
The cream color one, Donor.
Donor, yeah. What's your gut feeling?
Well, we got one each, so it's your horse.
Oh, we're choosing 2.
You're choosing 2. 1 each.
Right.
So,
Well, unless Leopold will fight me for it, I'm gonna choose a donor.
donor.
Or donor.
Oh. Well, donor is a buck or stallion, but he's not like a workhorse. It's a proper riding horse. So kind of gives you like an apple and then the reins to it. Like, go put it around him.
About that, I don't know how.
Well, they have the already around their head. You see the leather straps. You kind of feed them and then you connect these kind of points at the ends of this leather rein you got. You just kind of hook them in to the front part of the mouth, the thing they have in the mouth. And you will pretty much have it hooked. The apple just makes it easier. They are trained though, so it shouldn't be a problem. Doing it.
Are we getting saddles as well, or?
Yeah, I'll give you some basic saddles. So, Leopold, which one do you want? Which one speaks to you? Like not literal, like which do you want?
No, I will go towards Tash and see how he reacts.
That's a she, yes. She just looks at you with kind of these brown, dark brown eyes. Seems to be very intelligent as far as you can know. But then nothing else.
I like her. She's a nice horse.
Same procedure. Kind of tosses you the apple and the reins. So, can I have both of you roll animal handling? Just for shits and giggles. Eonar.
I need to roll and check where it is first.
Leopold.
Oh boy.
3.
3.
That's pretty cocked.
Yeah, it's on the floor. Reroll.
Yep. A 9.
A 9. Well, Eonar, it's... The biggest issue you have is actually hooking the reins to it. But you do it after a while and kind of... And now you got a hold. Leopold, you are... By some reason, you kind of jump back as soon as she starts moving. And Mice just... Go on. She just ain't gonna bite you. And after a lot of failure and attempts and like 5 apples, you finally get it on. And you also have Tash in hold. In tow. Well then. Lead them over here and we're gonna saddle them. Set them off. I assume you're ready to leave today already, as there's a lot of daylight left.
Yes.
It would be.
Teach you some basic things as well to keep them happy about you.
That would be good. So we treat them as they have been treated before.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, kind of walks to the stables. Kind of comes out like carrying one saddle on each arm. Like even though he's lean, it does seem to have some strength to it because when he drops the saddlebags to you, you kind of feel like the weight of them. They are relatively solid. Like,
what kind of stirrups do they have?
This is like a simple kind of U-shaped form of them, or actually, yeah.
Oh,
it's those kind of simple.
you don't have any stirrups that are like flat?
Looks at you a while, picks his nose like, oh. Not really, no. Sorry.
Let's see. The thing is that when you have like a U-shaped stirrup, considering Eonar's feet,
Yeah, you can use them. It's just gonna be difficult for you. It's gonna be if you're gonna go in like in a hurry, you're probably not gonna have a good time.
yeah. Well, he has what he has.
Oh. And he also pulls out these brown, like woven blankets and gives them to you. Okay. First things first, you start with the blanket. It keeps the saddle from chafing against the skin. And then you just tighten it around. It's gonna be very tight. The saddle. And also remember, always take off the saddle when you take camp. Otherwise they're gonna be annoyed by it and it's gonna start irritating your skin and so on. Yeah. Apart from that, brushing now and then and occasional switching of horseshoes is preferable. Most blacksmiths can do that.
Yeah, that's good. Good to hear.
Very good.
Yeah. So, do you want to roll another animal handling, see how well you put the saddle on? That's a 4 and a
10.
10. Leopold, you do this better than us. This is more manual labor that you're really used to. So you get it there. It looks a bit scuffed. And Miles kind of shows you that what you did wrong. I don't know, you don't have the same luck or skill. Like you put the blanket on, you throw the saddle on, and almost immediately she kind of kicks up and the saddle kind of goes flying and now almost covered in mud. Miles like grokes at you for a while and then helps you put it on. You can brush off most of the dirt when it's dried, but for now you both have the saddle on. And you can gotta open the gate so you can pass by. It does teach you also how to make it go forward and backwards. They're very well trained horses. Like even if you are not very good equestrians, they are easy to command. Goes where you want to. Nothing to complain. The guy close the door behind this guy stands still leaning at. Well, once more, thank you. And take good care of my horses.
Will do.
Where are you off to now, anyways?
We don't know yet.
You
We
were
haven't-
talking about that city?
Kirai?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a few days.
Yeah. We don't have any idea yet, but at least that town would be a good place to go and resupply, I guess. Maybe get some work. Figure out what to do.
Excuse me for prying, but what is those marks that you have, though?
No
Looks
idea.
at you, Leopold.
This one or this one?
No, the one on your neck.
Yeah. That's the thing we are trying to figure out also, but we don't have any leads on it.
Think it's magical?
I can't do magic, so I can't detect. I think a bigger city would have someone that could check it. I think one of my teachers could help me with that.
Well, there's someone on the road. Possibly could.
Oh. What would be their name?
Oh, she simply goes by Emma, I think.
And elf, I guess.
No, she's human.
Oh. Not often you see a human that uses magic.
Well, guess not. Yeah, she's like 2 days from here, max.
Okay, with horse, I guess.
Yeah, with horse. I don't assume you're gonna walk when you have a horse. to be
No, no,
honest.
that would be a waste.
Don't know about it. But yeah, she lives a
Yes.
few miles northern direction. You can see. Well, next to the old part of the forest, I could say. She's a bit isolated, but she does occasionally welcome travelers. Travelers. Goddamn flies.
Yeah. Guess we'll see a lot of more flies with the horses.
Yeah, I do occasionally smell. Yeah. Good luck to you.
And good luck to your horse breeding.
Yeah, I
Thank
need
you.
2 new ones, apparently. Yeah, laughs as he walks over, picks up the barrel of apples and kind of heads out in the field with the other horses.
As we leave, I would like to send a message to the child that was attacked.
Very well. You send your message.
Burn brightly, fire soul. Don't let the world get you down. And that's all.
You're some giggling, and then she seems to be talking to her brother about some weird voices in her head. Then there seems to be again starting a fight or something. I'm not certain.
And we leave.
You set off into
To the
the
north.
into the break of the sun with your newfound companions and a start of a reputation growing, and that's where we're gonna end today's session.
Yes.
A few minutes over time, but I don't think anyone will complain. So, hello everyone. And I see you having fun about my horse names at least. But yeah, like said, there's a few things now that you in chat can currently affect. Because we have a system called MVP in my games,
Oh.
which the one who gets the most votes of the players originally gets an inspiration, which they can a d20 they can roll whenever they want to, attack rolls, ability checks, saving throws, whenever they want to, before the verdict has fallen. And I'm gonna start a vote here, so you are allowed to vote on who is gonna get the MVP. So, this is gonna
Aren't
be-
those ones? Oh, sorry.
yeah, I'll get to you soon. MVP is for someone who does something fun, something epic, or just overall good gameplay of the session. The poll is starting now. Get those votes in. It is a huge buff and benefit to have.
And since we players, of course, would vote for each other, our votes pretty much cancel out.
Yes, you do not get to vote. We can only do this vote if you have enough viewers in the chat as well. We have just a few people is enough. But yeah, apart from that, as said, we have flagged here and there about the Discord channel, and if that's a perfect place to talk about this campaign, speculate about what's happening, so on and so forth, so that's a place to join. But it's also a place to put feedback for improvements of the campaign, if to anyone, like if I as a DM need to do the combat encounters better explained, or etc, etc. It's also worth that feedback can also be thrown now while we just go through this, waiting for the MVP votes. And oh, Dave or Jonte, do you have any feedback to me precisely? Anything I should change? Anything I should keep doing?
Not
Or
really
anything
from
else?
me. I'm glad I didn't die.
You're fine. You're like an 8 health left. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I think it's so good. It was good.
You got quite far. So now I know about how much content I need to plan. Yanis Draw says he really enjoyed the NPCs. Thank you very much. Yeah, the NPCs
Oh,
felt
Joe.
better this time.
Yeah.
The old hoarder, old Joe. Kind of forgot how to explain how he looked like, but
He
Well, it was
old.
fun.
pretty much
I
an
did,
old
I did
Popeye
enjoy
kind of look.
role playing with the NPCs
Yeah,
and with Leopold as well.
it does seem to still have some lag issues going with the stream, unfortunately. Hopefully it didn't cut out any important parts.
Yeah, there was some problems as well from Dave's side. I didn't hear a couple of times the audio cut out for him.
I think it might be also from your side, since you're streaming and everything on the same internet, because it
Yeah.
cut
Could
out
be.
quite a lot for me also from you.
I think next time I'm gonna try that, Dave, yet you get to start the call if Discord do like host stuff. But we're just gonna try it out next time. Because
Yeah, I
we
think-
will do this every Tuesday. Every week. So I will put that on the schedule, because there seems to be a very high attendance, which I love to see. It's nice to see you speculate just on the side. It does catch me off guard now and then, but I did focus properly, hopefully. On the game
I
itself.
like some.
Yeah, I tried not to laugh at Twitch, but a couple of comments did catch me out.
There was some,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like the speculation of Leopold.
Definitely, I gotta give a shout out to Tubestar for the representative of Planned Parenthood.
Got a Tubster. Walking a dangerous edge.
I
also
wasn't able
focus on
to
the
hold back
audio
the laugh on
better.
that one.
Try to balance that better now in the next one. At least do some proper testing before we start. But yeah, do throw comments out there. Like I do read all of them, and I do catch up on them in the mission and now. So it's always good to have, and it's always a good way to start conversation. Because if you have conversation in chat, I know I'm doing something right. It's also a way.
This is just the start. Gonna get
This is
a
just a
lot
start.
better.
This is literally the first episode of this small campaigns. Random polls. Yeah, I had one poll, and that was the wild magic search roll. I could have done another similar one, but I think I need... It does take my focus from the game, but I think I will need to do more of them, try to find some other ones than just the wild magic one, but keep that one going as well.
I mean, I think you got one vote for the Wild Magic one,
Yep, it was enough.
and I was the one that voted for it.
You were? Oh, you bastard. And then you got the goddamn 5th level magic missile that could wipe the floors with most low CR creature. Yeah, the polls are usually on top of the Twitch chat, and I hide it for a minute because I couldn't drag it out too far. But yeah, shall we look at the results for MVP? Or continue? Quite even, but Leopold, you get inspiration the next time by 3 out of 5 votes.
Yes.
So yeah, well deserved indeed. You
would
are,
agree.
of course, always welcome to put it in chat while we do have these after talks, or in the Discord why you thought Leopold or Eona deserved the MVP. But it's preferable to ask that afterwards, so it doesn't affect the voting too much. But
Yeah.
it's always good to... Doesn't matter if the feedback is really horrid or really good. As long as it's constructive, we will read it and take it to heart, as it just helps us improve.
Indeed.
But yeah, anything else to say? I don't think so, no. Like I said, we will look in... or I will look into more pools to do during as game goes. And... yeah, the first episodes I will... or the first episode here I will try to upload later tonight, maybe? at least cut it out, and then we're gonna export it to YouTube as well, and then we'll post in the Discord when it happens. Like seriously, just join the Discord. We actually have stuff happening there for a change. It's just amazing. Thank you, Dave. So yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. If you don't have any more final words, we are gonna take to end this stream. Unfortunately, I haven't made an outro sequence yet, so I'll work on that as well. So, see ya.